Hey guys, this is Smithy. Welcome to my channel. I am super excited for this video, and this is my eyeshadow palette collection tag video. And this, I'm not sure who created this video. I'll leave it on the screen for you guys, but I have seen many people recreating this video. So if you guys want to see what is my option for my eyeshadow palette collection tag, as I am a big fan of eyeshadows, then please keep on watching. So the first question is, if I could pick one eyeshadow palette that represents me color story wise, then what it would be. And without a doubt, it's gonna be my Dominique Cosmetics Latte palette. This is so me. Have you not heard about it? I mean, it is so me. I love the warm tones, the neutral tones. I love the purple. I love all the shimmers that she's included in the palette. This is absolute perfection in my opinion. For an everyday look, for a glam look, for a vacation look, I absolutely love this. You can be as simple as like a two shadow look with like any one of the mattes in the crease and one of these shimmers on the lid. Or you can go like absolutely all matte glam eye by applying this all over the eyelids, this in the crease, any of these in the outer corners, and that would be glam. You can go with like purples and blues and oranges as like an accent colorful shade. You can do so much with this palette. I cannot even rave more about this palette as much as I've raved about it this year. I absolutely love this. The second question is, if I could pick one eyeshadow palette that represents me packaging wise, what would it be? Now, I went back and forth between both these palettes. So I am going to include both these palettes because I personally, if I am creating an eyeshadow palette, I would do a mixture of both. So packaging wise, I would say the Supreme Nudes Artist Couture palette. I mean, the packaging wise, it's sleek, it's elegant, it's modern. I love the packaging of this, but I would do something with like black, but like not golds. I would do with like copper tones and with like a little bit of glam shimmer in it. And for that, I took my Sultry palette from ABH. If this both could be combined in one eyeshadow palette, that would be me packaging wise. I know I'm a little complicated, but that's what I would do personally, and I absolutely love it. But if I have to choose one among the other, I would say the Artist Couture palette. That sleek packaging really calls out to me. The third question is, if I could pick one eyeshadow palette that represents summer, what would it be? I could not choose one. I have to pick two. And I'm telling you, this is the last time that I'm picking two, but I had to pick two for this option. The first one is Alter Ego Canyon palette, which is a dupe for Natasha Denona's bronze palette. I mean, this screams summer to me. I mean, does it not to you? This has perfect golds, bronzes, the pinky tones, the brown tones, which is absolute summer in my opinion. I love to apply this in the summertime. The second option that I had to choose, this is pretty new in my collection, but I've not stopped using this, and this is from Sigma Beauty, and it is their Ambience palette. Now this is a summer palette in a neutral format. I mean, if you are not into like punchy, deep, dark tones, this beautiful color story is so appealing for summer in my opinion. I would say year all around, but this screams summer to me. The shimmers, the mattes, it's so blendable, it's so punchy on the eyes. I am in love with Sigma eyeshadow palettes. I absolutely love it. I think you guys can like figure out majority of the palettes in my collection that I absolutely love in this palette tag video. I mean, not complaining about that, but I love every option that I'm giving it to you. The next question is, if I had to pick one eyeshadow palette that represents happy to me, what would it be? And this brings a smile on my face every time that I pick up. And this is Anastasia's Jackie Aina palette. This has some beautiful pinks and purples and neutral tones with like beautiful shimmers. This, according to me, is happiness. I love playing with this. I love the look that I have created using this palette. I've done like so many looks. My first tutorial I've ever done is using this palette. I've done 5 looks using this palette. I have done a palette bingo using this palette. I have done so much with this, and all of them are like super different to each other. And I am so happy when I look at this and when I play with this. This definitely is like my happy palette in my collection for sure. The next question is, if I had to pick one eyeshadow palette that represents dark and grungy in me, what it would be? And that is the palette that I'm wearing on my eyes today, and it is from Nabla, and this is their Nabla's Cutie palette in the shade Platinum. Now this is beautiful. I absolutely love this. I mean, it's a very small palette, very concise with like 6 shades in it, but the tones that are in it are so beautiful. Today, I applied this in my crease, this in my outer and the inner corners, and this on my lid, and that's it. I have done a few looks using this palette on my channel already. Using this is stunning. This is gorgeous. I mean, I've used this so many times. I mean, this being like a small palette, but it is so versatile. I cannot even. Like, I picked this up in like one of the Ulta sales, but I love the mattes and the shimmers that Nabla has created. I just love the color stories that they come out with. I love the formulation that they have for their mattes and the shimmers. Recently, they did come out with like 2 palettes, one on like more of a blue family and one on like more of a neutral family. I didn't pick that up just because I have a lot of neutral palettes in my collection and I'm not a blue person. But if I get it, would I use it? I'll be very happy, I won't lie. But I mean, I love the palettes that I have in my collection. Nabla's Secret palette is one among my favorite palettes, and this is stunning for like a smoky eye. Love it. The next question is, if I had to choose one eyeshadow palette that represents girly in me. Now, I'm not like that girly kind of a girl. So pinks and shimmers do not like describe girly to me, I would say. But when I see this palette, this is so feminine, it is so elegant, it is so beautiful, and this is Sigma's Corderosa palette. I love this palette. From the packaging with like that roses and the peachy tones, I mean, this is so me. I absolutely love it. This one definitely is so versatile. Again, you can absolutely do like a simple everyday look with these tones. Or you can go with like rosy tones here, you can go coppery, you can do orangey, you can do pinks, you can do burgundy. There are some beautiful glittery shimmers. They're not glitters, but they're like high dimension shimmers. Samantha March is the one who recommended this, and I was drooling over it. And Coralie is the one who gave it to me. I thank both of them for bringing this into my life. I absolutely adore this palette. This is one among my favorites for 2021 for sure. So keep tuned. I love Sigma. I love Corderosa. Without a doubt. Full stop. Mic drop. The 7th question is, if I could pick one eyeshadow palette that represents fun in me, what would it be? And when I think of fun in eyeshadow palettes, I think of duochromes. And when I think of duochromes, I think of It's Belle Cosmetics Break the Rules palette. This is a stunning, fun color story. In my opinion, I love to play with this. If I want to have some fun on my eyes, I have no doubts. I mean, you put any one shade on your eye and it transforms the look like no other. I have to swatch a few shades for you guys. I mean, how can I not? Because it's that stunning. Look at that. Can you see that duochrome? It just takes my breath away whenever I'm applying this. I mean, they have some such beautiful tones. I'm not even a green person, but I cannot wait to create a look using those greens. I cannot. I already have 2 looks using this palette already on my channel. If you guys have not seen that, I'll link it in the icons above for you guys to check it out. I cannot. I'm just drooling, I'm salivating. It's like a chef's kiss. I cannot even describe anymore because I don't know that many adjectives for that palette. But trust me, it's super fun. The 8th question is, if I could pick one eyeshadow palette that represents inspiration for me, what would it be? I would definitely say Sydney Grace Tiny Marvels palette. Now this palette definitely intimidated me before I tried it, but the looks that have come out with, like using this palette, it's unlike other. I would never put these colors together, these shades together to create an eye look, but I have gone with like so many different eyeshadow looks using this palette, and every one of them that I've created, it's so fun, it's so unique in its own way. I absolutely love it. You definitely can stay in like the quads and you can create a look for itself, but you can mix and match. I'm a person who runs away from pastels, and I've made it a point that I'm going to create a look using the pastels in this palette in like the next video that I'm going to record. So I cannot wait to dip into this again. The time that I'm filming this, it's still in stock. If you guys have not tried this or not picked out already, definitely do so. I mean, the quality is stunning, the color story is amazing. You will not be disappointed at all. So those were my picks for my eyeshadow palette collection tag video. If you did like this video, do give it a thumbs up. Tell me what are your picks in your eyeshadow palette collection, and leave it down in the comment section below so that I can see what your favorite palettes are. But yes, if you did like this video, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so that you're notified every time that I post next. I generally upload 3 to 4 videos a week, every single week. Until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.